Here with Fogged and very much looking forward to the action we're going to be getting out of this one. Fogged, initial thoughts on the draft here? Who's come out on top? Who are you scared for?
Ooh, XG, they got the last pick Viper. They've got Doom and Marcy as well too. It is looking very well rounded. And they're into a Troll. They picked the Troll into the Doom. We'll see if Hector's going to be able to have that success. But seen a lot of struggles from this hero on most people. And yeah, not being able to heal during battle trance could be some problems if he does get doomed up.
It's going to be so, I feel like it's going to be so tough to fight. I mean, this Troll turns up, even if he doesn't get doomed and he gets caught by a Viper strike, that's pretty much all of his offensive potential gone. You know, he's not going to be able to build up those Favor stacks. It's not an easy game for K1, so eyes on the Troll to see what he can pull off this match.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to be looking at how Divide Llama's game goes, because honestly, his is pretty good. Like, in looking at the lane he's playing against, he's versus an Ench Clinks. Yes, the harassment is hard, but they have nothing to stop his charge unless they time the enchant perfectly during that onslaught.
And might have a chance to do something here. They've got the Nightmare setup. See if they're able to get the first spot over to Wards.
Give it to Hector.
I say give it to Divide. And okay, give it to the carry. K1 will be happy with that when he gets it. They get first blood, but on the other side of things, Xtreme Gaming will be able to get 3 of the 4 bounty roots.
Let's see how they play this bottom lane at the start. They're just going to kill off the range creeper, at least attempt to, it looks like, so they can have that advantage here. Yeah, they should get it. So nicely done. Very good preparation. So coming into this one with a absolute game plan with the way that their heroes work.
And you say as well, you know, Divide on the Primal, you'd say this is one of his better heroes that we've seen from him, right? He can have games where he pops off on this.
I think it's his best.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like the game that they had versus Gaming Gladiators is coming to mind for me from yesterday, I believe it was, where he really did pop off. He was just jumping on top of Quinn. He had an excellent game, and yeah, let's see how this lane in particular ends up going.
For sure, because in regards to what we've seen from these two, you know, the other game that we got to witness from these on the mainstream was the, unfortunately for Heroic, the Liquid versus Heroic series, and both of those games, Schofield and Divide, they had a rough lane.
They didn't even get to play Dota, it felt like. And the reason I'm highlighting their lane so much also is because it feels like, it's one of those lanes that ideally has to go well, because the mid lane eventually is going to become very difficult for the Zeus versus this Viper, so they need to have one of these other lanes go well for Hector to be able to make early moves. Wondering how this top lane is going to go. Even though it is a Bane Troll, which is an incredibly strong lane, and they get the first blood on the Troll, I've just seen Xingqiu and XXS work magic when they're playing these double melees. Pull behind the tower. Schofield will be able to get it down bottom, so Divide Llama will be able to reset lane, but now the Clinks does the same. Can DY get away?
Decent damage with the trample. At the same time, top. Great jump forward for Xingqiu. He's actually able to get in onto the two of them. They should be able to bring K1 down. They do. So this is what you're saying, right? These two, Xingqiu and XXS, they make it work. They make it happen in scenarios where you might not expect it when you look at the heroes.
Xingqiu has just proven to, him and Ari, for me, are just the best Marcies. They seem to know how to abuse the laning so much, and yeah, right away they catch him off guard. He took a ton of damage from XXS's Scorched Earth.
Denied.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And as you're saying as well, down the line, there's going to be a lot of nice synergy between Xingqiu and Arme.
Oh, I can't wait to see the Burning Barrage with the sidekick. Just the insane amount of lifesteal that you get if you line these heroes up. One of the ones that we don't see anymore, because it got switched to the Shard, where at some points it, of course, was a normal ability. I feel like we haven't seen too many of those sidekick combos. Like, we used to see the Pango a lot too, right? The Swashbuckle heal. Aggression up top. But XXS he's brought 6 more tangos to be able to stay laning up here.
I mean, starting towards KJ on this one.
XXS dropping low, though.
He's pretty low himself. Jump will hold back K1, and it gives the space for XXS to keep at a distance. Xingqiu's got to be careful, though, himself. Doesn't mean that Heroic, they'll be able to secure the Lotus here for KJ.
Yeah, reestablishing that lane power between the two of them. But it is pushing into XXS, so they'll be able to get some good experience. But they're both low, so probably can't get aggressive for the next few moments on top on XG.
Hustling down bottom. I mean, so far, Arme's pretty much getting all the CS.
Getting them all.
Not a lot of Zenai's being able to come in from Divide. So Arme getting pretty much free farm down here.
I like that he did the early boot rush, too. Bit interesting to see, but he's playing versus Clockwork and Primal, so his whole plan is just distance himself, make sure that he can get those CS, and yeah, so far, so good for Clinks. And we're seeing the problem, the Viper versus Zeus. Schofield.
It's got to be a bit careful. Arme was looking to see if there was a chance to join DY in an effort to fight back against the clock. Divide
Just got the slow on him.
Feeling pretty strong now. Happily able to try cutting these creeps and keep the pressure on Ame, make it a little harder for him to get the last hits under the tower.
Ame is very focused on the CS today. 27-1. I think he's only missed like 2 so far under the tower. If that.
Yeah, so this mid lane, at a point now where it's not going to get much easier for Analog.
No. He's level 5. This is the absolute hardest point it is for that Zeus. Up top.
Exposed back onto K1. They'll be able to get a lot of damage onto the troll here. They've got the blood grenade as well. Nightmare to hold back XXS, but it will be quickly taken off by Xingqiu. XXS has to be a bit careful, but he's still going to be happy with this one. They've forced K1 out of the lane.
KJ is going down.
And indeed, another dispose. And another slam down with the blade of XXS. He's got a brain sap. But the tick damage, actually not enough, doesn't matter.
Oh, he went for her. Oh, he got K1.
I mean, yeah, indeed. They know with DY there, they can leave DY to finish off the job on KJ, and then the rest of the two of them, they can just go back for K1. They even get his courier as well. So this top lane continuing to be pretty painful here for Heroic.
What a heads-up play with the Alpha Wolf. Look at that. Very pretty. Nice rotation. I mean, bottom, they haven't been able to touch Ame whatsoever. He's got his arcane boots finished up already, and now they're sandwiching a bit onto mid.
KJ is going to come in time, give a refuel here on the bottle for Analog, but yeah, this top lane and the mid lane starting to struggle a bit for Heroic.
Right. The Clockwork just unable to get anything done. You know, we saw it in the draft too, and Schofield does love to play it, but it does make it that double melee bottom that they haven't been able to even put any pressure on. I mean, 41 last hits.
It's tough.
He's not missing anything.
And sort of, yeah, where can he go? Because he doesn't want to try and make a move on this mid, right? Because the Viper's just going to turn and start spitting on him.
I feel like he has to, though, but he's level 2. Yeah, he's incredibly low level, so they don't have good damage to burst a Viper, even if they do catch him. It's already 2k lead, just off of the first 5 minutes.
It's going to start getting a lot harder for K1 to get farm out of the lane now.
They're all over him. I
mean, they're straight in on top of him.
He's level 3. The Doom is level 5, Owen.
Definitely very concerning early signs here already for Heroic.
Oh, this is devastating. Yeah, Success is going to have... He's going to be 6 pretty much when the Troll comes back. You could just Doom him. It's a level 3 Troll.
He's literally going to be level 6 against level 3. I mean, he needs, what, about one more wave XXS, but he's getting close to it.
I mean, they're giving him the XP. Look, they're playing away from it. They're bringing 4 heroes.
They've got to do something about this Doom. Get XXS out of the game. I mean, they have the 3 of them looking towards him, but none of them can get in on top of him.
Oh, this is sloppy. This is a mess right now for poor Heroic.
I mean, where do they make the moves? What do they do? The mid lane is lost, top lane is lost.
This is reminiscent of the game that Schofield had that we saw from versus Liquid. He's level 2. Delvi, he's going to have to try to salvage something.
See if they can get something in mid. Getting over towards XM. He's able to get the Viper strike off though onto Devi, but the big control with that ult from Devi Llama will make sure that Heroic get the 2 of them. They needed that.
The early game is entirely going to be up to how much Devi can get.
Nice stuff from KJ as well. Able to grab the Wisdom Rune away from XXS.
Ame will take the other one, it looks like, though, on the right side, so they'll get at least a 1-for-1 exchange. But yeah, Devi, he's got his work cut out for him to make these early moves to bring their team back together.
And XXS might not have been able to get his Wisdom Rune, but he will get the kill, and that will give him the level 6. The top lane, big kill potential now for Xtreme Gaming. Yeah. K1's got to be careful.
Heal is up. Schofield might be
Ame's coming in from the side. And indeed, DY with some body blocks here should be able to set this up for Ame to take the kill, and he will. Ame, not only the free farm, but getting some easy kills here presented to him by the supports.
I think Ame's I think I've seen one other player do this, but with the arcane boots, it's really interesting because you're able to be so active. You always have mana to join in. You don't really need too much attack speed from what I've seen. He plays around the barrage a lot, so he's getting so much XP bottom. They're just leaving him alone. K1 is starting to catch back up though. At least in farm, but his levels are still pretty far behind.
We'll see how his road to recovery goes in the jungle.
See how much rotations end up going on. But yeah, I'm going to be watching most of these early moves. Devi Llama has to be there. And Devi shows himself bottom. Could be in trouble.
I mean, they're considering going on him. He's going to try and grab the creep, but indeed Xingqiu just jumps in straight away on top of him. Further TP's coming in to back him up, and that'll allow them to keep Devi Llama safe as Xtreme Gaming won't manage to dive on for him. Analog turns up and scares them away.
Mid tower, getting some pressure. XM immediately starts going for it. They have a haste on Analog. He looks like he's calling for friends, but can't do much to a Viper yet.
And I like this rush as well from Ame. This should be a very quick deso this game.
I love it. Oh, he tried for it.
He was tempted, I mean, because they had DY coming in as well with wraparound beyond the tier 1 tower. As it was, Schofield able to keep them at distance. And that's the backup now from KJ. More TP's coming in. This is a good chance for Heroic to get some kills. They'll take out Xingqiu. They're closing the gap in over towards DY. Divine Llama's in with the grab. They should be able to get both supports out of this. So Heroic starting to make some good responses here to the moves, and it goes exactly where they'd hope it to. K1 the one to pick up both kills from that play.
Needs anything he can get. Like you said, his farm, it's still pretty solid. It's just the levels that are lacking a little bit here, but that'll catch up quickly with his Maelstrom pretty much already done. Some nice rotations coming out. As we said, Devi, eyes on him to be able to do those. Ame, though, is that his Deso finished?
Still about 600 gold.
Oh, okay, 600 away.
Just use that second Mithril Hammer, but it's going to be quick regardless. Probably about this 11-minute Deso or such.
And there's,
at this rate.
In particular, like the Zeus is very fragile. Ame could even kill him fast enough for him before he can react with the jump and stuff like that, if he's able to sneak behind him.
Yeah, the real test in the team fights is going to be, you know, is there any way Heroic can keep alive whichever hero gets caught by the Dooms and the Viper Strikes? Because each of those ults thrown down on a target, and Ame's able to get a few hits in with this Deso, it's going to be very easy for Xtreme Gaming to get quick kills in the team fights.
Absolutely.
Heroic, we'll see how they respond and see if they can continue to get this space for K1. Sat at the top still. Good pace of farm here on the Troll. As we say, though, it's not an easy Troll game.
Doom and Viper, baby.
Schofield trying to pick up some XP here in the mid, get his 6.
Yeah, the support's all a little bit lacking on the XP. Bane does get it now. A little bit of a slowdown for a moment here.
I mean, for Heroic, how proactive do you think they feel that they're going to need to be this game? Like, can they afford to sit back and sort of just rest on the fact that K1, as long as he's getting farm, if he gets himself, you know, 5-6 slotted, the Troll can carry this against the threat?
I mean, they do have a very hard scaling lineup. I've just seen these you know, Xingqiu playing Marcy eventually.
Sure.
You know, if it gets to really later stages, you're playing versus Doom, Marcy, crazy scaling, but they have Zeus too, so they do have great scaling. It's just, I feel like XG's just got perhaps just a little bit more. So far, getting that advantage as well too. They can get these towers just quite a bit easier than Heroic. They can naturally just push them forward. Now that the Deso on Clinks, they also have the Enchantress. See Heroic responding toward top with... I mean, they've rotated like 5 heroes up there. But
they did. They brought the whole team up, but Xtreme's already out there after they take the tower.
Yeah, they're chilling. Now Clinks to the Ancients. We'll get them started. And they're probably going to get a lot of stacks going now on the side of XG since he's got that early Deso. When he's able to pick up that shard, he'll be able to speed up the farm.
Schofield caught by the Viper Strike. Ame seeing if he can maybe get in to get that final bit of damage in on towards him, but doesn't want to take the risk of going up there with Davai Lama standing by Schofield's side, so Schofield kept safe.
So close. One more hit. Push commencing. All 3 cores actually setting up for this one. Ame.
Yeah, with this Deso can really start to get the siege going down the mid lane. Schofield's watching from the side, still very low.
He cannot go in. He's thinking about it, though. I mean, Schofield is crazy.
I mean, getting them off this tower. They're going to try. They'll get the deny. Davai Lama tries to close in, but won't be able to get in on top of them. And Ame still watching from the sidelines. He's ready to fight if Heroic dive in on this, and Heroic, they won't. They'll hold back.
I mean, again, though, Heroic, they bring, what, 3-4 heroes to the tower, and they can't really protect it. Well, XG, they're just farming in the meantime.
I'm seeing the 2 supports right. They're both
chilling.
picking up the farm here.
And they both scale. They are both these pretty damn good scaling supports. Well, I would say on Heroic, they have the Bane who can get that type of scaling in a different type of manner, but Clockwork, not in the same type of scaling in comparison to a Marcy and a...
Should have a good shot of getting Xingqiu here.
Jump in 2.
See if he's got any way to get out of this in time. He does not. It's a clean kill from Heroic.
Nice move. Can't turn it into a tower, though, so it's just a support kill while they go back and farm. The issue with their lineup is always going to be hitting these towers early.
Very close to the blink on XXS.
And he's got the stomp already prepared to look for the aggression right after it, too.
So the lack of saves, I mean, the only sort of defensive maneuver being that nightmare in these fights. If XXS finds his target, he should be able to bring them out, regardless of what goes on outside of it.
There's the blink. Wisdom runes coming up. I can continue those stacks going, and yeah, he can buy the shard in a minute if he'd like to, or he can finish up the Dragon Lance. Start the engine slowly.
K1, that Maelstrom.
I mean, he's
still keeping that top spot. You know, the troll's going to be farmed. K1 is going to have the items. We'll see what sort of build he does at the moment. Looks like nothing too crazy, just a man to BKB Miona, and then probably into... I mean, is that ultimate? Is it going to be like a Skadi, or do you think it's going to be the Lincolns?
Oh, that's way down the line. I mean, he's going to need a lot, but yeah, maybe eventually that Lincolns will be necessary. See if we get there. Because it does feel like for them, I do feel like I want to see them make a little bit more moves. Just watching what feels like four to five cores. Really just getting that free farm on the side of XG, but... XG?
I mean, they're ready to go with a blink from XXS. See what they can find. KJ and K1 up on the high ground. They'll settle for the Bane.
At least it's just the Bane for Heroic, so... Good little tank of the gank there. Very close for K1 to get caught. But they'll farm that triangle, deny that farm away from the troll. Look at the items Jinkyu's got queued up. He is not worried about the troll if he does end up going for that. So wants an Eternal Shroud if possible. I mean, we'll see if he does actually commit for it.
That's a big old item to get here first on the support.
It'd be a weird one.
You know, outside of the troll, nobody else is going to be killing him if he has that shroud.
Yep. It would be pretty strange though, because it's usually just BKB and you go from there afterwards. But
even I like a good bauble.
And there's the shard. So now he can really start to pump up that farm on Ame. Okay.
Heroic. Looks like next item's up on the list of Ilam, about 1,500 towards his blink.
They gotta catch.
3-man smoke it.
I feel like they gotta catch at least Ame once to slow him down a bit.
And KJ closed the gap on him. They're gonna see him at the same time in the mid. A TP out for Davai Lama, and indeed they'll set up and get the kill onto the Klings.
Very nice. Rotation swinging over. Can't get him, and Davai lives. No, he survives the gank. The Doom.
Yeah, was able to TP away.
Very big.
Jinkyu. Got XXS here watching from the mid. They'll go for the jump in. The Cogs will block off the rest of them from being able to get up there, but Jinkyu, he's ready to jump up. Jumps up the cliff, sets up for them to take down KJ.
But just KJ going down. So, all right, Heroic. Nice, a really nice movement. So it's going to give that separation a bit to the troll now, that downtime.
K1's farming perfectly.
Yep.
You know, it's just top tier movements here for the carry. He's not getting caught. He's getting the free farm. He's got pretty much what the full Manta style, I believe, now done. He's doing what he can here, K1.
Keeping up that pace. His team, yeah, it's a really good move if they can just slow down Ame a couple times to make sure that this troll does stay ahead. As we said, there's a lot of cores on XG, but killing that top net worth Pinata Clinks is always excellent. Still positioned up top, playing around XM, Davai.
He might want to go again. A ward down there, have the information.
He's very strong right now on this Primal Beast. Soon level 12 as well, so he's going to have level 2 Pulverize. Some limited ways really for them to break that Pulverize, so.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not happy
is
with
under attack.
The chances that they saw there. Heroic, they didn't see
Radiant structures
an opportunity to make a move, so they'll hold back. Continue to just try and get that next item done on Davai. Looks like he's changed his mind out. He did have the Blink Dagger queued up earlier, but he's holding on to 2,600 gold. Might just go for the straight BKB.
Fine with that, you know, just be that super tanky force. Sure, it doesn't feel great for his Viper as, oh, Schofield.
That should be an easy one. He's got the hook shot over, but he ain't getting away from Ame and the Skeletons.
There's the Deso. That first charge acquired. It takes him some time to get it, but... Oh, we'll find a stack as well, too. That's lovely.
Dire are scanning.
Got KJ with the grip back up. Analogers around as well. Still not quite able to find as much action as maybe Heroic would like to outside of the troll. And with the four of them looking for kill potential.
Analog. Ooh, the lightning actually bounces to XXS. That would have been a troublesome position there.
Did have a bit of backup.
Yeah.
KJ was around, Schofield as well.
Might just get doomed with the Veil, though, and there's a Whispers of the Dreads. A ton of damage, but yeah, maybe could have gotten some return kills, but a good little bounce there. Both teams content with farming.
Illusion.
K1 just continuing to be completely undisturbed.
Level 15, look at that. From the lowest level to the highest level. It's been, I mean, him just AFK farming, but he has done the recovery perfectly with his team's movements.
And I think, yeah, realistically, he's just going to have no interest in getting involved in the fights until all these items that he has queued up are done.
I think so, yeah.
Mjolnir, Lincolns, then he'll be interested in fighting. But at the moment, the game plan for Heroic, just let K1 get all these items done so that he has got that chance to turn up and just not get immediately countered by some of these ultimates from XG.
XG's looking to make a move themselves now, though. Is it going to be KJ again?
Might have to settle for the Bane.
If he just tanks it again, I mean, that's fine for him. Get Ame the Deso stack. Oh. Maybe not wanting to show himself anyway.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's tanking these ganks, though. That's
really,
5
a lot of these deaths, it is just indeed the support.
Yeah, yep. Sure, you're pretty all right with that if you're RKJ. They've got their Spirit Vessel now finished up on Schofield, too, and he's got a charge.
And they also actually lose the courier there for XXS, so that will be the Shiva's Guard off the map for 2 minutes.
Oh, was it? Oh, my
the
goodness.
recipe.
Yeah, you're right, the recipe. Ouch. That might slow things down for them a little bit.
It's just giving K1 time. It's going to be able to take the Tormentor. Who gets this one? It's going to be KJ.
Always a nice one to get for that farm.
And now we're seeing on Xingqiu. So it actually looks like
he is committing.
Yeah, both supports.
Both supports. Yep.
Both supports.
I mean, it is like the best item in the game. I should just say best item in the game kind of period, but best item in the game versus these spellcasters versus Zeus in particular, right? Wisdom. Xingqiu will get it. Soon level 12.
Get there, Tormentor.
Who gets it? DY. Both of them are, yeah, both of these support ones are very nice. Oh, you see that lifesteal, by the way? We just got to see the Burning Barrage with the sidekick. Xingqiu and Ame both insta-heal to full when he uses it, so we'll have to keep tabs on that one inside of the fight.
Especially with the damage step up that Ame's going to have with his next item, going for the Daedalus next after the Deso.
Could we bring the stat? Terrible words by me, but it feels like for them, they have a lot more on the side of Radiant, so they're just really making sure that Ame gets enabled a little bit more than K1.
Yeah, I think it's like 18 against the 12.
Yeah.
In total, on each side.
And he clears them just, in one barrage, pretty much. So it clears them super fast. Not to say the Troll doesn't, but some timing's being hit for Heroic. BKB finished on Divide. K1 also having BKB and the Vessel and whatnot that we mentioned from earlier. So let's see if they can find a battle.
I mean, it does indeed seem like, they're willing to sort of try and get a fight going with K1 involved with this BKB.
And if they can get on the Clinks, it's always going to be fantastic. That's always just going to be the question, though, if they can get on him. With the BKBs, it should be possible. Let's see who gets the jump.
I mean, XG, it's just the 4 of them down here. They don't have Ame with them.
He's starting to swing over.
Dire's top tower.
I mean, they know what's going on. They've got full vision here. KJ.
Secondary smoke.
I mean, they're going to see that smoke up as well. KJ was under the creep wave. He's going to head over towards DY, but a quick jump back will keep DY at a distance.
And DY broke the smoke on the Bane there for a second, too. Looks like Heroic trying to get a big flank run, but Ame scouting. He gets grabbed, though.
Get grabbed immediately, and KJ's going to be in position to follow up with a grip. There's the grip. They'll try and slide him to safety, but Ame's gone. Taking a huge risk there as he tries to scout out the fight, and this is going to set it up for a beautiful start for Heroic. They take out the double. K1 with the BKBs ready to head over for more. They're in on top of the 2 of them as he surrounds XM. The Viper's gone. Heroic. They'll take an easy fight off the back of that one. As Ame getting quite a rude awakening there, walking into the hands of Davai Lama.
Ooh, huge swing, and it's right next to the Roshan, so an easy access into that one. I mean, he just walks right into him.
I mean, there's such a risky move to make. They know that Heroic's playing around this area. They know that they're smoked up, highly likely to have the vision set up, especially because they're against the Clinks. And Ame caught at the start, and after that, it just completely falls apart for Xtreme Gaming, and it's a beautiful fight for Heroic.
They just waltz right through them after that. They need Ame to stay alive a lot longer. Yeah, he cannot be the first one to waltz in like that. And now it's a Roche. And now they're in a very comfortable position on Heroic.
They certainly are. They take a fight like that. They've eliminated the entirety of the lead that XG's had for the most part of this game. K1's now got his Aegis, and he's well on the way to getting that Lincoln Sphere as his next item pickup.
They actually were missing so much in this fight too, right? They walked in with Ame, so he dies instantly. The Shivas is still dead on the Courier. So, yeah, Heroic take full advantage of that one.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't think we're going to see Ame being the one to scout things out or initiate anytime soon in the next fight, so at least you'd hope so.
But a big gold injection, all of Heroic getting massive amount of items just from that one fight.
Let's go, Field. He's got the setup here. DY trying to get the heals up, but the Vestal's upon him. He's able to jump down to the low ground, but Davai Lama's ready to chase. Oh! Not able to get that final punch in, though. DY, he'll survive that effort.
It's a bit too tanky. All right, for XG, feels like the name of the game now is just chill back, a little bit of farm, get these items picked up. While for Heroic, they could just, feels like they could just fight them now continuously with this Aegis. K1, absolutely massive. Could look to go for that Lincoln's next, and that will protect him. I mean, could protect him pretty much every single time versus either that Doom or versus the Viper Strike. It's a very value game for the Lincolns.
I think in this game, as the Troll, there was going to be a window potentially where, you know, maybe K1 turns up too early, has a tough time, but he's really sort of kept his head down, focused on getting his items online. And at this point, especially when the Lincolns is done, this Troll is in a pretty primed position to carry this game.
And I like this pickup from Devi. Gets a Halberd. I feel like I've been wanting to see more Halberds and people not purchasing them. This is so good when you're playing versus these range carries. Yeah, he can Burning Barrage and whatnot, but yeah, it still is very valuable. Very cool. Manta for XG. Perhaps looking for some type of pickup. They do have their Shivas up on XXS.
Let's see what they can get. The way things have gone, it's probably just going to be a Bane. KJ, indeed, he's going to be the one to tank this. Heroic again, all going to plan.
He's owning, honestly. This is peak gameplay from Bane right now. Every single time ensuring that Hector is able to just waltz away.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen a chance from XG to honestly make a move around XXS's Doom, right? We haven't sort of seen that smoke up and then finding the chance to get the Blink Doom in onto one of the cores of Heroic. It's just not happened.
Every time it's just, I guess like for Heroic, they're reading the move, right? And they just have a support set up there to tank that gank. Yeah, 6 deaths on the Bane, 3 on the Clockwork. It's only been 2 on the cores. Or sorry, 3 on K1. Those were way early on, though.
Radiant's
not one in a very long time. Let's top, positioned again, waiting for the opportunity. If DY shows himself, they could look to make the move again.
Zeus ult, scout out the situation. I mean, it's going to give them the great info that DY is pretty much on his own.
Very nice.
So they can absolutely commit for the kill here. He's definitely make them work for it. But sort of stuck in a corner, there's not going to be a chance for him to get out. As Heroic will slowly but surely take out the Enchantress. Get themselves another kill.
That took them
now on the killing spree.
Hey, that took them a long time, to be honest with you. It actually ends up being pretty okay for XG. They can get probably more than 1,000 net worth out of that time that it took them to kill them. Is that the Lincoln's finished for K1? It is. BKB, Manta, Lincoln's, and a damage item on top of all of it. So a defensive build, but also has that aggressive damage. Devi?
He's hard to go on, though.
Yeah, he's got BKB Halberd. Should be fine.
And yeah, there it is. The Lincoln's in the hands of K1. He's ready to play super aggressive, especially with the Aegis as well. In fact, he's going to start things over towards Xtreme. Jinkyu's in with the jump. They'll turn with the Viper Strike. He's actually going to put the BKB first here, K1. He'll look to try and step over towards Ame.
Awkward.
He's getting very low. I mean, of course, he's got the Aegis, but the BKB used, he's not going to have it for the second line.
They have a Chain Lightning to break the Lincolns.
See if he's able to get away from this. There's the Lincoln's broken.
They've got the blink.
Try and chase him down. He's speedy enough, though, and in fact, he's going to get the chance to run away.
Doom on Devi.
He's going to settle for Devi. Drops the Doom down upon him. They'll kill off KJ. See if they can chase him down.
He's dead.
Ooh.
I mean, this was a big overextension from Heroic. Honestly, Hector putting them in a pretty dangerous position.
Risky move. Honestly, he's lucky that he got out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, the Chain Lightning was put, but I think I think something stopped XXS's blink. I didn't see exactly what it was, but something tapped him. Otherwise, potentially the troll goes down too. I mean, you have to be careful diving under these tier 2s and stuff like that. They didn't even hit the tower.
Yeah. What about a neutral deny here? Could it happen?
Maybe, but I don't think so. He looks pretty dead.
Try with a deny. Hesitation, doesn't get it, and XXS, he does get the kill.
And XXS picks up, and probably the better one to be able to dispel, or to break the Lincolns, the Purge creep instead of the Chain Lightning. Also just better creep in general. As XG strike back, and they strike back hard. That was the Aegis advantage play that Heroic tried to play with, and...
Yeah, first BKB as well.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Rough one for that move. Definitely not what you want to be happening once you get that momentum.
Dire's top tower is under
XG, as
attack.
we've seen, for the most part in, I mean, this tournament and even some of the other ones, they are a bit of a, you know, slower team to ramp up, but they love to play for these later stages of the game. They love to scale.
Double damage.
Well, they certainly got the heroes to do it here.
Yep.
Supports in particular. Xingqiu also going to try and grab himself a halberd to help deal with the troll. Cause more issues for K1.
I like it. I know they get just to sit back and do what they were doing before. You know, they farm just a bit faster, and they now have the space to be able to, you know, not worry about that next fight that comes up, because they will have that next item to be able to deal with these BKBs, perhaps. Even a Lincoln's now for the Clinks. It's got that protection, at least versus the grabs, either the Fiend's Grip or the Pulverize in particular.
Dire are scanning.
And he did hit level 20, right, on the Clinks? Yeah.
21 now.
Yep.
Just getting back to grounding up nicely on the XP. Same level as K1. 2 carries right now. Schofield. Scouting up the situation. Not able to get in, but Heroic setting up to potentially look to finish the tier 2 top with K1 stepping up.
Breaking the Lincolns, though. K1, be careful.
They're not going to let Heroic get away with that easily.
I don't know, that tower looks like suicide again. Going for these towers does seem pretty scary for the side of Heroic still. They need to get a catch.
They really want to fight, though. They feel strong right now. Schofield and Tabai, if they can get the initiation, they should get some quick kills. They're going to try for the Enchantress, but DY is able to force all the way back to safety. They're still in on top of him, though. They've got the Pulverize. They'll take him down.
Oh, 2-man stun.
Jump forward in there to take out the Lincoln, drop down the Doom, but the BKB was there in time. K1's in trouble.
K1's in trouble.
Run. He's going to tick down solo. He's absolutely going to be going down here. He'll try and put the Manta to survive, but the Doom damage should finish him off as K1's gone. Heroic, they lose 3.
Oh, Xingqiu gets right on him. 2-man stun allows XXS to just pick and choose the Doom target. Ame on the chase. Nice headband.
He's got the leap as well, so Analog should be safe, but yeah, indeed, we're seeing sort of the struggles of the Troll as a hero in these matchups, as yeah, the Lincolns proc perfectly with the Purge creep from the Doom, gets the Doom down, and XM gets enough damage in to make sure that K1, he's not walking out of this fight alive.
And this is how those fights are, you know, XG for the ideal is, look at Ame. He shows up right towards like the end of it, just able to get the cleanup, right clicks from the left side. And yeah, perfect connection again. Getting baited by the Enchantress, it feels like, going for DY there. I mean, had to use quite a bit to kill him.
Is there anything sort of Heroic can do as a team in terms of builds that can make this a bit easier for the Troll to play out the fights in a 5v5 situation? Like, how do you save K1?
Probably just need to catch, look for the Doom, right? I think they have to either catch Ame or the Doom.
If you stop XXS from getting in on top of K1, K1 can have good fights.
Maybe. I mean, it's still difficult versus the Viper as well, too, but definitely possibilities. XG definitely fixed up the issue of, you know, not having Ame run in first, though. Lead now up to 7. Any of that downtime we see, yeah, they farm so fast. Maybe for Heroic, they have to just wait for that Rosh. They do have 20 seconds, but it's already XG making the move down there, and Doom is going to be back up literally as that Rosh spawns.
Would you like to, I mean, XM is considering the defusal into Disperser on Viper.
That'll be pretty cool, just a kite, and then they can just reset position. If they can just get away from the Troll initially, that Troll's screwed. So, okay, that could be pretty cool. Yeah, they're ready to fight. Doom is back up.
Let's see what they got here. Down by Llama. It's going to try and poke in on them.
Xingqiu.
Not easy for Heroic to go for the fight like this. They're considering though. I mean, K1's trying to get back in. He's going to jump in. He's got the BKB.
The Doom again.
It's straight down upon him. He may be able to bring down XXS with him as he'll chase down the Doom.
But he's dead.
I mean, XXS indeed will survive. K1's gone. It's just so hard to be the Troll Warlord in these team fights against the tools that XG have. I mean, I just don't see how this plays out any differently in these team fights. Like how on earth does K1, despite the fact that he's got fantastic farm, he's in a great position, but at the end of the day, he's a Troll Warlord against some pretty hard counters, Fog.
Yeah, it's the thing that we, kind of talked about at the beginning just keeps happening. He just gets doomed and he can't play. He just cannot play at all. They had that one successful fight because Ame ran in and kind of suicided. But besides that, now it's just every single fight XG crushing it. And they kill the Roche with just 2 heroes while also taking a tier 2, and they'll take more Mentor. Yeah, the game is now become quite impossible for poor Hector. There's always ways to break that Linken's. Even if you're BKB'd, that's the issue. The issue with the item now these days. That's why Doom is just still so good. Yeah, you got Linken's, whatever. I break it through your BKB and Doom you anyway.
I mean, it's as you say, they've really got to do whatever they can to make sure XXS can't press his buttons. But that's not easy to do. This Doom is very stacked, very farmed. And XXS, one of the best on it. So odds are he's always going to get you.
And they got vision down in that fight too, right? They de-warded the ward. They saw everything with the obs ward that they'd placed, so then they can just pick and choose the targets that they go for. Yeah, besides that one real slip up from Ame, it's just been cruising here for now.
It really has, and Ame's farm hasn't taken a hit from that mess up earlier. Still fantastic. 360 plus CS here, 35 minutes in. Nullifier's going to be round the corner, so just something else they can also throw down onto K1 in the fights and sort of cause him to have no chance of survival.
Poor K1. Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Patch!
Oh god, can you imagine?
New patch, let's
Can't
go.
reconnect, sorry.
Let's go, let's just somebody check is the update out.
Can you imagine? I'll check real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure not yet.
Let's see, but yeah, as you can see, a lot of head scratching on the side of Heroic. Very much a what can you do kind of situation now.
Yeah, because it's even...
They're just trying to work out, trying to talk through how they can approach these fights that may, in a way that might give them a chance for K1 to actually survive and get kills.
I'm like looking at Schofield, he's got his like Ags and stuff queued up. Buy another Linken's, just throw stack Linken's or something onto him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's like not really many items that they can do to solve this versus the Doom. I saw Lotus queued up for a second there, but I think that was for Divide Llama. But either way, I mean, he's still gonna get doomed.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very comfortable spot now for Xtreme. 17k lead.
Picking up their Yules, and getting ready for the Wind Wakers.
And very much getting to the point where the supports are becoming the additional cores, the farm that they have.
And the Viper, of course, can ever grow. He's level 22, he's almost got Butterfly. If he can get to 25, we know how broken it is. Smooth sailing. Heroic still looking to set up vision, looking to try to get that type of advantage play where they can not allow this Doom to happen. But XG, they're just waltzing down top now. Believe a Nullifier finished up for Ame. And he's level 25 already. So these towers, they drop quick.
Now what can they do?
Just gotta watch.
XG, they can swing around and look to take the mid, maybe even just go for the mega creeps. We'll see if they feel there's any need to sort of back off. They're so strong right now.
Still got 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Ame walks up.
Down by Llama.
He could die here.
I mean, he certainly can. He's very, very dead by the looks of it. The BKB, will it save him? It won't. The physical's enough from Ame. I'll try again with the hook shot forward. Buyback comes out. They'll give it one final shot here. But K1, as soon as he's into the fight, he has to back off. He has to BKB and run. Davai Lama's in with the pulverize, but they're not getting any kills.
They didn't even Doom yet. They didn't even have to throw it down. K1 can't fight.
He just had to run. As they're onto the tier 4s here, Xtreme. And almost certainly onto the Ancient. And indeed, the game, it's absolutely over. GG is called. Xtreme Gaming will take this game 1. And I think for Heroic, yeah, sort of back to the drawing board with the draft on this.
Yep.
definitely, you know, from what we witnessed, it's 2 between Xtreme Gaming and Heroic. Folks, we're coming in with some fresh drafts here, some fresh picks. I mean, in terms of the carries, as we're seeing, K1, he kind of wants to play a bit of everything, this time coming in on his Juggernaut. But I got to say, the thing that stands out for me, first I was kind of looking at Heroic's lineup and feeling they don't have a lot of stuns. But to be fair, neither does Xtreme Gaming. Not a lot of kind of instant catch from either team. What does this sort of say to you, and who do you think is going to have the easier time?
XG's draft looks very nice. Very, very nice. Very well-rounded, very difficult for this Weaver to get caught. Brewmaster, very big team fight winner. Yeah, this looks difficult. I don't know, K1 just looks like he wants to play like the hardest carry heroes possible in all these games or something. I don't know.
Jug as a hero and as a carry right now, I mean, what's your impressions been from sort of the Jug games that we do occasionally see? You know, what's up with this guy right now?
He just feels very weak. I don't know. He needs so much time, but it doesn't feel like time favors you because Omni Slash is very underwhelming. I've seen the level 25 talent, the Healing Ward thing did come into play one game. I think it was Ame actually playing it, but he was super farmed this game, and it takes forever to get there. So we'll have to see. I have my doubts, but we'll have to see if Heroic can actually make some crazy stuff happen. I'm worried about the bottom lane in particular. The last game, they had a pretty okay lane, but they put 0 pressure onto Ame. He had absolute free farm, and I mean, this does feel like it could be a similar or way worse one where they could just feed kills down here. This is a very strong lane that XG does have set up versus Pango.
Overall, though, I mean, you don't feel like Schofield should he be able to do a bit more this game on the Grimstroke, or is it still not easy on this hero with the heroes he's against?
I would say he can do more because I mean, in particular, I really did not like the Clockwork pick in the last game. It felt like it didn't really have a purpose.
Top lane, gonna try and stand their grounds for the kill here, and Xtreme Gaming, they'll get first blood.
God, spin at level 1 is so bad now.
It's gonna be that 1-for-1 trade there. Both KJ and XXS going down, but Xtreme Gaming, they were the ones to get the kill first. Get that bonus.
See what route Hector goes down. It looks like it's just going to be the phase Maelstrom build. So other issue thing about this hero is I've seen so many times people playing Jug, playing Lifestealer and stuff versus Disruptor, right? You see him spinning, TPing, etc. like that. The times have changed. There's always going to be extra forms of catch, extra forms of being able to prevent this hero from getting his, you know, save/protection off. So
bottom lane, level 2 is going to be hit. I feel like, yeah, Heroic, they've got to be careful.
They got 2 now as well, though, at least.
Lane.
Spin is used.
Xinq's hit the 2, but of course with XXS dying earlier being out of the lane, he's not quite got it. Now he has.
Yeah, his farm is definitely getting slowed down because of that. They'll get the jump back.
They're going to try for the setup. So they can punish K1 during this. They'll jump forward, take out the healing ward.
Oh, that's devastating, actually.
Should be fine, but it's still a lot of damage that K1's having to suffer through that.
He actually has trouble now stepping up to the wave. This hero is very fragile in comparison to a lot of other carries, too. Losing Healing Ward is something that almost can't happen. I see some people even get 2 points in it early nowadays. Or even level 1, they get the Healing Ward just to be able to sustain.
I guess that's the thing in this lane, yeah. With the jump forward from Xingqiu, he's going to be able to take out that Healing Ward pretty much any time.
Every time, yeah.
It's dropped down in any sort of altercation.
K1 getting good farm, though, at least in these first few waves because of the kill, so XXS is slowed down. Taking a look at other lanes, I mean, mid, I don't think we need to look at too much. I think this is, sometimes we do get this, when it's just a bit of a more boring lane.
That should be free farm for both XM.
XM maybe just getting those extra bit of denies.
Should be able to
secure them with the shrapnel. So he might pull out a little bit ahead, actually. Yeah, I feel like this is just another game where Ame is just going to get absolute free farm, and as we mentioned, there's no stuns for him. There's literally the Pango roll. Which is pretty easy to play around with Shikuchi.
I mean, and on this top lane, you know, Heroic, once they've got kind of a few points in the Blade Fury, can they look for kills against these two, or is it unlikely?
Very unlikely.
Bottom lane, trying to finish off Ame. I mean, they'll get him with the swashbuckle.
Very nice.
See if DY can do anything in return.
Is he gonna
he's
get
got
one.
I mean, he may just.
He's got a blood grenade.
10-1 charges on Divide.
Okay. I was going to say, oh
the
my
Divide
God.
knows. In fact, he's turning around, starting to play a bit more aggressive.
All right, support's getting blessed. I think XG always loves that. Getting aggro.
And that's the Blade Fury used.
Very difficult
throwback
to use aggro Blade Furies up here.
Might cost him his life. He's got the healing wall, but now it's taken out. He'll live, but again, taking quite the beating here from the two of them. Each time K1 tries to play and go for that aggressive maneuver with the Blade Fury.
Just feels like it never has the kill threat it used to have. Just like the old Jug Spin always would threaten early on because it was such crazy damage, but it's gotten so much weaker, and they both have ways to play around it. Brew being incredibly tanky, but then Marcy just being able to jump away.
Blade Fury again, but
so tanky.
It's just not enough to get the kills early.
But I mean, they're slowing down the farm of the Brew at least, and Jug is getting good farm, so there is that. And Ame has died the once, which I did not expect to happen bottom.
XXS momentarily zoned out, but the two braces now, he should be in a good spot to start to catch back up with the farm that he's be able to find in the lane. Bottom, they're going to look for the setup here on towards Schofield. Jump forward from Xingqiu, look at the bugs in upon him, and Schofield, he'll be gone. Ame, he'll get the last touch on it.
A snag in your time.
Early time. I mean, they did the same exact thing last game, right? They broke the lanes quite early. They sent the Enchantress top instead. This one, it's Xingqiu looking to make the move around. Maybe look to pressure mid, set up for taking these runes as well, too. Probably expecting that XXS is just fine up top, right? It is a Brewmaster versus a Jug, which can't really kill threat, and it's a Pugna, so no real stuns that comes out from Pugna to threaten him. So let's see what Xingqiu looks to do with these next few moments. Since he has boots, he can just roam around the map.
Indeed, seeing in the mid lane, that's a slight edge that XM's now able to get.
Yep. And let's see what I want to see KJ also do a similar thing as Xingqiu's doing. I want to see him moving around. If they're just going to leave a 1v1 of a Brewmaster versus Jug, I want to see the Pugna look to follow suit, follow the Marcy's movements.
6-minute power in.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Oh, and Analog gets a good one.
Probably wasn't going to die anyway in this mid, but now definitely not going to die to any sort of rotation if XG even bothered to bring it over towards him.
It's a pretty big differential in gold around mid, actually. It's 800 gold difference between him and the Sniper now at this point. These extra bit of last hits that XM's and Denizy has been able to get really are adding up. Healing Ward gone again. He killed all of them, right? That's 3 or 4 that
I think so. Each time it's out, Xingqiu straight on it.
Yeah. And that adds up. It's not 0 gold, it's what, 75 still, right? So. Rotation's happening. So Pugna, who's moving where? They're gonna send the Grim top with the Pugna. They do have that combo, you know, the Deep Crep plus the Phantom to be able to just keep people chain silenced and look to try to be able to set up some kills perhaps. See if they can maybe try to threaten the Brewmaster. Still feels hard, but let's see.
See if we can get him. Should be a pretty dead Brew here. I don't think there's many ways for XXX to get out of this. He hasn't quite hit the 6, and even if he had, wouldn't have had a chance to pop it. They may lose some heroes in return, though, with the rotation of Xingqiu and XM, as KJ will get left behind, so one to be found. They won't quite close the gap in on towards K1, so K1's okay. Bottom lane, DY and Ame will try and punish the fact that heroes are top, but TPs are still at the ready, and they'll come in straight away to make sure that they can't get Divine Llama. Ooh, Analog off the mark with the Chakram. DY's in with the Jukes. He's definitely going to make them work for this a little bit harder than they may have hoped for initially. Should still be dead.
Look at him juking.
I mean, he's dodging these Chakrams left, right, and center. Nearly does manage to bring down the courier. They'll finally get him, but he makes them work for it.
Many rotations happening. They keep slowing down the Brew, though, so it looks like they're going to actually just give XXS the mid lane so he can finish up that 6 here quickly. Give Xingqiu top. Now he's got split. Yeah, killing this Brew now twice. Not bad. Good rotations from the supports. How are those Wisdom runes exchanged, by the way? So it was a 1-for-1. Goodbye.
Still got the Rolling Thunder if he feels threatened.
Right.
But by his side as well.
No glimpse up for 10. He's okay.
Yeah, 6 is up for both of them here. Top now, XXS and K1.
Now he shouldn't die on the Brew. K1 has actually changed the build. He's queuing up the Battle Fury.
Oh, I mean, you're against the Brewlings.
Yeah.
Can be nice.
Attack speed just feels really good, though. I don't know. I've lately been...
I mean, it's...
But it's Jug, like, it's Jug.
It's the hero. It's like, you get Battle Fury, you get Maelstrom, you're still going to have games where it just feels rough playing this hero as the carry. So.
Absolutely.
Let's go for what you fancy in the moment.
Sure.
Battle Fury, it's a classic.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good old XM Sniper. The one who was dominating on it for a lot during this patch. Top of net worth, level 8 Dragonlance already finished up. Mid tower now under some threat. If they do move away from it again. Analog is invis though. Might be able to set up onto XM here.
We'll see how quickly TP's coming if he does reveal himself and try and go for the aggressive player, because I'm sure XG will be ready to back XM up. He's stepping up a little bit.
Jin-Q is right next to him.
Analog's going to try and start things. If they've got enough between the two of them. Good body blocks here from Analog, keeping XM held in the chakram. They'll get the stun with the Inkswell, but XM still able to walk away. They weren't able to fully commit in and take down the sniper as XM survives.
Quite a tanky sniper, to be honest with you, with the Treads Dragonlance already. 1300 HP when he's on that Strength Treads. 3 heroes rotated to try to defend it. They will at least get bottom tower at the same time. Devi able to push forward for it. His farm is quite good. Just a bit better than Brewmaster, so he's going to have good timing on the Diffusal Blade, which it's a pretty good Diffusal game. Some limited mana pools on a lot of these heroes, at least in the early game. 4-4. Ooh, XM, he's got the Mask of Madness queued up. This tower, just setting up.
Hard to hold this here for Heroic.
Might be suicide to set up for it too. The Brew's already wrapping.
They're going to just go straight onto Schofield. Quick combo. Should be the tower as well. They've got the fortification and they do have a couple around, but coming over to this mid-tier one doesn't seem to be an option right now for Heroic, so they'll have to let it go. XG take the tower.
Middle tower has fallen.
K1.
Just needs time.
Very safe spot up at the top. Yeah, not a bad timing on this Battle Fury.
Not by any means. I mean, getting that kill, of course, on top definitely really helped him. And they got that, honestly, the tower bottom that I did not expect for them to get either this early on. That'll help him a decent chunk. DY.
And Davai Lama. Let's see if he can set something up here. He's got the backup of Schofield coming in. DY, again, doing his best with the Jukes. Will be able to dodge one connection at the Rolling Thunder, but will not be able to get away from the Inkswell or the follow-up there from Device. They'll get the kill.
Can they get away?
XM and XXS, though, they're ready to punish the two of them. They've killed off Schofield. They're going straight for Davai Lama as well. Analog's coming in to attempt to help out. It's Grepify from KJ. We'll give Davai Lama a bit of a chance to get out of this. Another shield crash and the heals coming in. Davai Lama, he's able to walk away. Now they just turn straight over towards XM, but the TP is going to go a long way here this game because the lockdown, the stuns, they're just not there for Heroic in this draft.
It's really just the Rolling Thunder early on, especially if Grimm's dead, Inksoul's used, he's dead, he's gone now too. Very heads up playing, very nice micro from XXS, getting that lift up. He's got an amp damage.
He's going for it here with the amp damage.
I mean, Analog might be dead.
He's probably going to have it. A couple more punches. Not quite. But that's the power of the Master with an amplified damage rune early on with that ultimate. He nearly takes down the mid-timber.
Holy moly. Thank God that he had his Pugna near him too. That was very close.
Want some pointers?
Brew split on cooldown. Do they want to try to make... the lane's not really in a great position to be able to look to make any moves, so it looks like should be some downtime for farm.
A golden thread.
And Radiant's getting closer and closer for XXS, which will bring their whole team lineup together a whole lot stronger. Analog needs this blink. I feel like this is going to be another big timing for him just to be able to try to blow up that sniper in the back lines. He has to be able to just pass through this Marcy, pass through this Primal, pass through this Brewmaster to be able to get to him. Not the easiest of tasks. And in the meanwhile, too, Ame, you know, they do have that double range core that is farming up very fast. And Ame, very difficult to kill this game versus the limited stuns.
Yeah, you can feel very free to farm in the lanes here, even with the knowledge that Heroic are nearby.
And they probably always just feel content because they have that greater scaling, and they are playing, you know, versus Jug. They have a great scaling lineup on the side of XG. Smoke coming out, Heroic. Brew split, 10 seconds.
Can they get XM?
Looks like a pretty good opportunity, too.
This should be a pretty dead sniper. XM They get on top of him, they get the kill.
Good move. I want to see them keep doing that set of plays. Go for the tower, perhaps, too. Just keep looking for these plays, because you know it's a little more greedy from the side of XG having a sniper and a weaver together.
Well, DY is going to be able to make sure that XG get both the wisdoms, though.
Get this push going. KJ with the max blast. GQ is looking to defend. There is a ward behind the tower. Devi considering the jump.
And he's ready to start going for it. Straight over towards Xingqiu. Further TPs are coming in, but Xingqiu is caught by the silence. The static storm will drop down by DY, but it's not going to catch anyone. Splits there from XXS. He'll look for KJ first. They're going to block off his escape. Assassinate hit comes in. They'll take out the Pugner. They'll take out Schofield, with Arme chasing down the Grim at the side of the fight.
Finish off the tower. They lose the supports, but you'll take that if you're on the side of Heroic. All in the meanwhile, Hector is able to just get free farm. He doesn't show up for the push at all, so that feels pretty okay for them.
It really does sort of, the same question is there as in game one.
It is.
It's like if
it
K1,
is.
game one, sure he gets all the farm in the world on the troll, but can he carry the game as a troll warlord? This game he can get all the farm in the world on a juggernaut, but can he carry this game as a juggernaut?
Exactly. Versus two cores that are pretty damn good versus him of being able to.
And mid Divine Llama, he'll die for that. Arme the one to get the kill as well, so more gold going into the hands of Arme's carry Weaver. 3-1 and 2. First Deso stack up for him off the back of that.
They're charging forward too. KJ.
See if DY can get the grab. The glimpse back on Schofield.
Nice, Xingqiu's got him.
I mean, K1's trying to maybe charge in and look for an opportunity to get him with an Omni Slash, but it's not easy. He's going to try for the TP out. They've got a lot of physical damage, and it's enough.
He's dead.
He's dead. I think they're sort of dying to a final headshot on the way out there from XM, as XM's the one to pick up the 2 kills.
Oh no, Hector.
I think sort of similar signs, similar story as maybe as we saw play out in game one. It might happen again here in game 2.
No, absolutely. They just charged right at them, and yeah, it's the last hit. It is all amped up, of course, from the Deso, so it is a lot of damage that Sniper's able to dish out.
12-7, 3K lead now. XM and Arme in a fantastic spot.
That type of mistakes, that type of stuff that you can't have happen on Heroic when you're playing versus this type of draft, versus this team. Shard now picked up for Arme, very similar. Not exactly the same as Eclipse, but similar concept of being able to boost up that farm that he's already at the top of.
How does K1 ever get an Omni Slash off? I mean, all three of these cores, right? Arme and XM, they're playing it at a distance as these 2 ranged carries. And then XXS, he's just popping Primal Split if you jump him. It's so hard for the Jug to get the job done.
And even if you do get the Omni Slash on Weaver, he just clicks Invis, clicks Time Lapse. He has a million different ways to play around it. He's trying to get a wrap around here to find something. Can they get at least Xingqiu? Getting Ame, as we said, it like almost requires a misplay from Ame. And they seem to know exactly this. They have that ward that was placed. I'm not sure if they saw them with it because they were smoked, but both able to sneak away.
Very difficult for Heroic to make the moves now that those last few plays haven't gone their way.
And it feels like, you know, they're in the point where they have to make moves, right? They don't want to play versus this type of scaling thing. It almost feels like they have to with this blink on Devi Llama get some very big
DY might be able to cut off his escape, and yeah, quick stuff there from DY. Immediate static storm into the kinetic field to trap the Pango.
XM dominating.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Super farm. He's actually going to have BKB. So the concerns of the sniper is them getting on top of him with an early blink Timber and a Pango. He's just going to be able to pop BKB and stand his ground in the next upcoming fight. So more and more problems kicking in for Heroic.
I mean, and they're looking at Arme around the mid, but Arme kind of knows himself. He's like, what are you going to do about it? I could just start 1v3. And Heroic, they've got no answers really against this. Analog's going to get glimpsed back, stuck in the river, caught in the kinetic field. A few more right clicks from Arme will bring him down. XXS to get the last touch on him. It's looking rough. This game 2 already starting to feel a whole much more painful than that of game 1, honestly, for Heroic. This is not easy.
This is going to just be the Arme show, it feels like, from now on forward. Now that he's got his farm, he's playing versus no catch whatsoever. He just charged right through them.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's real hard.
And honestly, it does feel like a lot of the sort of struggles from Heroic are coming out from the draft portion. It's the same as we saw from them on the mainstream back when they played against Liquid, right? A few games where at the end of the hero picks, it didn't feel like an easy one.
No. Draft picks plus just like 1 or 2 mistakes when you're playing versus a team like XG, that's going to compound massively.
Full Hurricane Pike now on Arme.
Huge. I mean, they've got all their core items.
Yeah,
the big ones at least.
Nearly got his bots on top of the Radiance, 19 minutes.
A BKB on the Sniper. Marcy approaching BKB as well. And Disruptors has Shard, which is like all he needs until way later stages of the Ags. Control of the map, definitely going to be very difficult for Heroic. They're going to try to smoke to look for a fight. It needs to be successful. It's a BKB Sniper, though.
See if XM's quick enough. He's going to get caught by the initial Rolling Thunder, and in fact, they've got the chain stun. Very smoothly executed.
That ward that was placed from way earlier, the one that killed him earlier, still going to be able to get that catch off.
And they're going to hit the scan. They know that XG's in the pit.
Can they make it in time?
They're popping the smoke to try and get her as quickly as they can.
Doesn't look like they'll make it in time.
I mean, DY is also ready in position to send those back that he wants to. He's going to get caught by the silence, but the Roshan's already taken the Aegis as well. XG, they can look to try and take this fight 4 versus 5. They're going to jump over towards Schofield. The static storm's down.
K1.
It's going to give chance to Xingqiu to back away. Arme's ready to try and wrap around from the side. Schofield get caught by the split, but the healing ward is out.
Oh my god!
Heal the back up, but Arme
two-shotted.
Just tears through KJ. He's able to turn over towards Analog, take down another. Davai Lama also to fall. It's 4 dead. Only K1, who's maybe not even going to get the chance to get out. He's still got the Blade Fury, so can hold on to that if he gets caught by the glimpse. There it is.
Arme wants him though.
I mean, they might still catch him.
Xingqiu's got the jump off him.
And he's got another set of the bugs in a second, Arme.
Not gonna chase.
He won't dive. I mean, they don't need to. 4 kills is enough. They get the Roshan, they get the Aegis, they take down 4 heroes. Arme and XM continue to steamroll ahead.
Did you see the Pugna? He died instantly. The sidekick bonus damage with the Deso, it is crazy how he already hits. Look at poor KJ.
On the right.
That feels bad. Even Analog is
even
squishy.
this Fimbra at this stage, it's easy work for Arme.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Brutal. Brutal stuff. They'll settle to try to get their Tormentor, but I mean, try to get the Tormentor's the right answer there, because XG's here.
Yeah, Xtreme's around.
XG might just fight them on top of it.
Yeah, Heroic, they can't take the Tormentor right now.
Hector has to TP. And now they'll lose their Tormentor as well. Schofield?
He's going to try for the nuke, but he won't get it. Goes the way of XXS, goes the way of Xtreme. They'll take the tier 2 as well.
Rough stuff, rough stuff.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
High ground time. Why not? They've got great siegers, they've got the Deso.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Will get glyphed, they have another wave coming in. Do they want to continue poking or go farm? They'll go farm. Got some wisdom runes and stuff to grab. K1.
Radiant's top tower.
He's not got a CP.
Oh my god, he's just solo killed.
It's painful. As I say, much more painful than that of Game 1, and Game 1 was pretty rough. Not really a situation where
Radiant's top
Jug,
tower is under attack.
as a hero, it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to carry this.
Honestly, it feels like Ame could charge into almost 5 heroes at this point and probably get out while killing a couple of them. Yeah, K1. As you said, he got the Battle Fury, but showing up, those mistakes are massive. You make them when you are getting that type of farm. Showing up to the bottom fight, dying the way that he died, and then afterwards, this already wasn't a very difficult game for them, but they made it even more difficult with those type of mistakes. And now you can, I mean, look at the way they're probably like, where do we go from here? The 2 supports sticking together, trying to find something. Devi as well too, but the game is truly broken at this point.
A 17k lead here, just 23 minutes in.
It's too early for this type of lead.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
BKB finished up on Xingqiu, a Daedalus now for Ame, who was already 2-shotting heroes. Honestly, Sidekick Weaver is absurdly busted because you get the double hit too, so yeah, you have plus 48, but you essentially have way more than that every single time. Like, watching it coming into play now in this game is looking like a really potent combo, which I already liked Weaver a lot in this patch. This duo is real strong. Analog.
Gonna have the glimpse.
Goodbye, my friend.
And they've certainly got the damage. That's the Timber Sword gone in 2-3 hits from Arme.
Nowhere to go. Wards placed everywhere. They're versus the Disruptor. I mean, playing versus Disruptor when you're behind like this is also pretty miserable.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They could go for the push. Heroic has not really got a lot to stop them with.
Dire's middle tower
I love that too. The combo that he can do with the shard, with the side kick as well. He full heals off the creep wave every time. Yeah, just more and more cool combos we're seeing.
Dire's middle barracks.
And they can't touch him. Bruce splits up. Disruptor ults up.
About 400 gold away from having the full AC on XXS, so that's going to help speed things up even more for XG on this push.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now, Hector's going to turn up just because he has to, because this game is over any moment now. Just got to try for one last fight.
He'll probably die as quickly as Analog did on his Timber.
XXS scouting on the side with his Wind Panda.
His bottom tower has fallen.
Xingqiu wants blood.
Okay, one. Let's see if we at least get to see one Omni Slash before the end of the game. So I don't think we've seen one yet, have we?
Nope. It's going to be after the 2 sets of racks drop at least.
Has fallen.
Oh, nice little play there.
They're going to try and go in onto XM, but they won't catch him. And XM just turns. Oh, there's Dion. Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, that
high
was
fives are out.
unimpressive to say the least, that Omni Slash.
Well, that's that.
And that's the GG. Okay, well, tough day today here for Heroic. They won't be able to get any of these games against Xtreme Gaming. Xtreme Gaming, they'll take this series 2-0. And it looked very convincing. Game 1 was one thing, but this game 2, even